what's up, you guys? Time for another video. I'm gonna do another video about this because since I was rambling in the last two videos, like I said, there's so much in the shit, it can sound really two-faced and convoluted just to talk about it in one video, and it makes a long-ass video. But in the last videos, I best do a follow-up for this, and I don't give a fuck if people like what I'm saying or not, but it's the truth. But in the last videos, I always said, even in the YouTube wall, and I said this in videos, I was talking about how both, to be fair, both the police law and the law of the streets, if you want, you're the better way where how I would rather identify as a sovereign citizen, okay, even though this sovereign citizen thing, there's so many variations of it, the very term sovereign citizen looks really bad, and if you identify it as a variation of it, it's almost like you want to fucking change the name because it's gotten a bad name. But I would call the sovereign citizen a legit term. But in the other videos, I was saying how I personally would identify as a sovereign citizen on certain circumstances where I would not be subject to police law, only if it's corrupt, as opposed to these other people, just they want to do whatever they want, drive around in a car without a license plate. That's not what I'm about. And I also would, it's like if in some of the case, say if somebody's relative is a cop, or you get certain the wrong people want to weaponize cops, depending on what city or town you're from. Not all cops are bad or either, but there's people that will misuse the term sovereign citizen and say they're not subject to the police laws because they could do all kind of criminal acts. That's not what that's all about. And I also made my case that other side of the tracks, how I would call myself a sovereign citizen. I would tell these people, all right, you don't like the police, some of them are corrupt. Say you don't, then why in the hell should I follow along with any of your people? You don't like the police, but you'd get your the local badasses that you suck up to. You don't worship police state, but you think you're better because you get the local badasses to have me maybe beat up or shot. But it's only wrong when the police do it. And I said, not sticking up for the police. You can get corrupt ones too, and their people weaponize them. I understand that, but yeah, to not do too much on this video, I'm not making it a repeat of the other videos. I'm just recapping what I said in the other video, and I made my case where, okay, the person don't like the police, but my idea of a sovereign citizen, I'll tell some of these people, I don't like your fucking ass either, or the local badasses you worship that would, oh, if I don't do what you say, you're going to do the same shit you accuse the police of. Do the same shit to me, and then I'm not allowed to be armed. I'll fuck you. And then if it's somebody that would weaponize the police, it's like, well, fuck them and fuck you too. Okay, enough of that. That's just a recap of what I said in the other video. But if you got this far already, here's another belief too, where I think it's a better belief, where if you're stupid enough to do stupid things, there's one aspect of this where I believe you are subject to both the police law, police state law, and law of the streets in a common sense way, as far as don't do stupid shit that will get you killed or get your ass kicked. Okay, for example, if you're with me so far, okay, stuff I said, I'm not going to bring George Floyd into this again, but I'll be sarcastic with him here and why I say nobody should. It's one example is why nobody should have did a mass protest about George Floyd. Who the fuck was he, and who the fuck do them people think they are? And would march, say, if they were marching in a neighborhood like I am now, thinking I'm supposed to raise my fist in the air and hail to them, and if I don't worship them, then I'm on the side of the police, and oh, I rejoice in George Floyd's death, and says, well, geez, my case, not to make this video about bashing George Floyd, I said in other videos before, anybody that likes me, anybody that All right, anybody that's white or black, don't matter, or anybody that even looks like me that does something stupid and bad, that you go and do a home invasion and point a gun to the stomach of a pregnant woman and her baby. One, if they have a pit bulls or Rottweilers in their house and you get bit and torn up, which really should have happened, no matter if it's George Floyd or white or anybody that looks like me, that's why you shouldn't do home invasions. That's one reason. Reason number two, person has a gun, they might shoot you. And all the other thing in there, yes, if you get out of it, and if you get out of the house and succeed in, damn car's making noise, succeed in the home invasion, say you get away, cops track you down, they're going to arrest you, and if you resist or do any kind of thing, or even if you don't resist, it's a despicable act. Again, the cops could beat your ass even though they're actually supposed to maybe rough you up to a certain point and take you in, not cause your death, but that could happen. You know what I mean? But in another case, more importantly, anyway, getting arrested by the police for doing it is one thing you danger to. Or say it doesn't go your way and you get attacked by some Rottweilers or pit bulls in their house, which George Floyd, it should have happened, or get beaten with a lamp. Whether it's George Floyd, whether you're black or white, or even if you look like some meat that does something stupid, you get shot, bit or ripped up to shreds by somebody's pit bull. You deserve it. So the cops ain't the only thing. My point is, okay, so the cops don't get you. That's the police state law, which is the law of police state, that yes, some people worship even though some people weaponize the police. But if you do stupid shit like that, yes, the police will come for you and arrest you. That's one consequence. But if the police don't get you, and here's a kicker, how I dare to put the police law in law, whether you want to call it law of street law or eye for an eye law, even though the people with the badge of the police state do not encourage, or they do not call the eye for an eye or any kind of street retribution or law as legitimate. But here's where I can legitimize, here's where both of these cultures meet. The person with the badge doesn't condone this other side of the law and doesn't want you doing it, or anybody doing it, but both sides of them tracks I would regard as legit law if you do something stupid, because if the police don't get you, not that I'm telling anybody to do it. Yeah, what can also happen if the police don't get you, right? Or if somebody's pit bulls or Rottweilers that you don't count on in the house get you, or the person don't have a gun or don't beat you to death with a lamp or whatever, or overcome you any kind of way, get you with a frying pan. Let's see what else could happen. Even though the police frown on that and they don't call eye for an eye thing, the eye for an eye thing that's not considered legitimate law, but I consider it just as legit as police law, even though some people call it vigilantism. Not telling anybody to do it, but it's common sense here is, yeah, I can argue that, hey, the police get you and rough you up if they don't cause your death like George Floyd or anybody else. Well, yeah, there's the thing, if you're in the wrong cell block in prison, and if that person that you home invaded is a relative of somebody that's affiliated with some group, gang, mafia, they'll get you in jail. If you wind up making it in jail, there's all kind of prison stories on YouTube. You may think you're a badass going to prison, but you be totally opposite. That's another consequence. But wait, there's more. Even though I don't condone it, it's common sense. Yes, just like in movies, even my stepdad taught me. You do some wrong thing and pick the wrong person, police don't get you, and all those other things don't get you. Well, geez, they'll wait until you let your guard down and you think you got away with it, watching you, right? And then they grab you, can be wind up in the trunk of somebody's car, and mafia style, take you somewhere, break every bone in your body with a baseball bat, burn you in the groin with a blowtorch. You hear all those stories depicted in movies, like mafia movies. yeah, a person you home invaded, it could have relatives, could, I don't know, mafia, or whether the victim is black or white, affiliated with, they might be the mother or relatives of some person, gang member. It can be whether a black gang or some motorcycle gang somewhere, not stereotyping anybody. But anyway, the wrong kind of people, they don't care. There's a lot of groups that don't care about the police the badge, the police state law. They'll get you, and they don't give a damn, and you might even wish the cops got you first. And that's what these arrogant young kids are thinking. Like I said, George Floyd is only an example. I'd put him as an example, but there's a lot of people, both black and white, that just because you incite a mass protest in 2020, it doesn't mean that person was a victim, you know what I mean? Even though they did their time in prison, the cops shouldn't have caused their death. The cops should have took them in for the counterfeit money. But not to go on about George Floyd, but all kind of people of other races did similar things. What do you think is going to happen? You can get beaten in the head by a lamp, shot by the person that you're home invading, and yeah, it's not conservatives and Trump people and rednecks that have guns, and they're not all white too. You have black people in a house, you don't know what color they are when you home invade their house until maybe the people were there and you hold them at gunpoint. Yep, a lot of black people have guns, some registered and some unregistered, just like rednecks. It's like, who the fuck are you, the liberal people, damn kid? I mean, I'm giving you, just from memory, trying not to ramble here, but my point is, the eye for an eye thing, you can make it legit in a sense that, not that you're telling anybody to do it, but it's out there, and if you're dumb enough to do stupid things, you're going to win stupid or very dangerous or painful prizes, you know what I mean? Maybe it shouldn't be the police you should worry about. There's some people that don't give a damn if they get a hold of you, you know. They could be related to the wrong person or whatever, too. Yeah, there's like some kind of law, oh, don't snitch. Snitches get stitches or whatever the hell, even if you're nowhere involved, or if you don't want to join in with the shit or do drugs or go along with even doing petty robbery, breaking in somebody's house when they're at home because you want money for beer and you don't have no money to party anymore and you need more beer and cigarettes, and you're going to go rob somebody that, they don't party like you, and they got stuff, and they're not like you, they're lesser than you, and you think you have the right to rob them. Well, geez. You're violating their rights and their individual sovereignty, and whether they as the victims choose to be subjected to that badge and want to call the cops on you, that's their choice. Or if they are there and they kill you themselves, well, that's your own fault. I mean, they have the right to do so when you're in their territory, in their house. All bets are off. You know what I mean? But yet, what my point is, there are twisted, different kind of people. Whether you hear about those people that were called the Moorish people, some of them were Islams, but then these crackheads and dopeheads adopted this philosophy. They call it the Moorish people or Moorish philosophy. Oh, sovereign citizen. You don't have to have a license plate on your car. You can steal a car if you need a car. You're not subject to the police car. You can go. You're not subject to the police. You don't have to have a gun and have it registered. You don't have. I mean, you could have a gun not registered, and you can have a stolen car and stolen gun unregistered. Oh, how dare the police? You're sovereign. Fuck that. That's crackheads adopted that. Oh yeah, you don't want to obey the law, but yet these people with this mentality, don't. Everything that I explained, they don't like the cops or whatever. And like I said, some cops could be assholes or corrupt or whatever in the town. But the people that, they don't like the cops, but they're no better. But the whole criminal thievery and drug enterprise, big or small, think they have the right to act like they run things, and they don't like the police. They want to act like they run things, and if you're not with them and their shit, oh, they think they have the right to do the same brutality on somebody as the police, which they accuse of all the brutality, right? It's only wrong if the police do it, you know what I mean? And these people that march and protest, like the 2020, I bring up George Floyd, they don't want you to be a sovereign citizen. They want you to be subjugated and obedient to them. You raise your hand, your fist in the air to salute them, like, oh yeah, power to the local badasses, and death to the police. Which that fist being raised in the air, say, oh, Black Lives Matter and protest, all it is to me, the way they harassed people, citizens in places that had nothing to do with Minneapolis, and they're like a gang, the fascist gang. That fist they raise in the air is just no different than the Hail Hitler sign with the hand open, you know, raising it in the hand. Now be careful if I go and do it, because yeah, they'll be glad to take a freeze frame and put me all over the place because they don't like me and think I am, you know, with the Hail Hitler thing, raising the hand. That's all I regard. That's all I categorize. Is it when people put their fist in the air, like they're protesting and like racial equality? All it is, that's just the same as the Hail Hitler sign. It's just another type of fascism. You do what we say, or we have this so-called self-declared right to do the same brutality against you as the police. You know, oh, if the local badasses that we worship does it, it's okay because we think we run things. No better than the police. They'd do the same shit as like they did to people in Cambodia. You know, yeah, you read about the mass murders they did in Cambodia and these other places. That's a little extra rambling going on, but it's relevant. It's relevant in a sense, and that rambling is relevant in a sense that that's the mentality of these people. You know, whether they think you're sticking up for the police or not. You know, like I said, some of them could be assholes, and I'll say once again, people wrongfully weaponize the police. You know, whether it's your ex-co-workers, supervisors, to think they're shit over you and that they can fire you, make you destitute, or whoever doesn't like you, the ones that can weaponize the police. Well, you don't like that, I don't like the police, but then weaponize the local badasses or the drug gangs with guns. Oh, okay. Yeah, they don't like you. They'll get the local badasses to go shoot you, but you know, the police do it, it's wrong, you know, but being repetitive, but that's the mentality of these people. And that's how they've perverted and twisted the idea of a sovereign citizen, where I myself, like some other people, the kind of if I identify as anything close to a sovereign citizen, and I preach about personal sovereignty, which the far left doesn't like. They don't want your personal sovereignty. They don't want you to have it. No, it's got to be their way or no way. But anyway, my way of identifying as anything close to a sovereign citizen is saying, fuck that shit too. Certain police that are weaponized certain police that are weaponized a certain way wrongfully and being misused, because you know, fuck them. And then you people want to be like this. The ones that don't like the police want to do the same thing. Well, fuck you too. That is what being an actual, if you identify as anything close to a sovereign citizen, and I would personally change the name, because they've perverted the hell out of the name. Just like a lot of other words, I can make videos that they're ruining the language and ruining words now and manipulating language. Still have yet to do a separate video. I'd address the alphabet mafia later on and ramble about that. But yeah, if you got this far to the end of this video, yeah, again, the alphabet mob that wants everybody that wants to, somebody wants to be a dude that dresses like a chick or whatever, and they want to get into public schools and tell you to teach your kids to be that way, or you got to take a part of your personal life and change something of your personal life to suit them. Fuck them too. You got this far in this video, that's another proper way to be a sovereign citizen. Somebody wants to be a dude that dresses like a chick and call everybody else transphobic because as we reject that, me being a sovereign citizen of a particular kind says, okay, you be what you want to be, but if you want me to take any of my personal life to coddle you, I'm not going to waste any of my personal life to persecute you, and I won't do anything that's against the law, like saying I'm going to shoot you or anything like that. That's common sense. But you want me to take any part of my personal life to coddle you or do anything to suit you? Well, fuck you, because that's what individual self-esteem and personal sovereignty is all about. And people get it twisted, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's that. Yeah, every single crazy subculture. Yeah, you're a boot. Yeah, once again, you're a boot. You're a nerd, a square, a bootlicker. You don't do what we say. You know what I mean? Yeah, we don't like when the police do it, but if you don't kiss our ass and you don't like us, well, yeah, we have the right to have you beat up or shot or whatever the hell. Yeah, because, yeah, we're right by doing it. It's only wrong with the police, right? Yeah, that's repetitive sarcasm, you know, you want to call it, but whatever you hell you want to call it.